Hey, be sure to thumbs up. Duct Tape Daddy, Ryan, my West Virginia neighbor, how are ya? 9 o'clock, 9:25. Still a little early for me, but it's an unusual Monday night. Mark's trying to go live. See, it holds everybody. I know more people's there, but it won't pop anything up on the screen. I don't know why. Duct Tape Daddy, I don't know if you got to see the news broadcast I did there. Everybody pops through. I don't know why this Dag Blasted thing does this, but it sure does. Let's see. So there comes in Jay Stone and MG Toe Forever, Brandy Weems, Anthony Electric. Hi, baby. Do y'all know Anthony Electric? Anthony, are you still 13, honey? He's our little 13-year-old electronics genius. Y'all need to check him out. I had the pleasure of, he had just a few subscribers, and Vlad Gruitz called in when I had my call in show and told us about Anthony. And I got him over 100 that night, or we did. I didn't. We did as a family. And then the next night, I called in to Marfugal, and he pulled up Anthony's channel and was so impressed. He's 13, YouTube channel, such a little electronics genius. And we got him over 1,000 the next night. So that was awesome. And there's my Vanessa Dobbins. I'm gonna have to put my glasses on and put them on my head. Look at me reach for my glasses. Uh, Latita Skull, did I say that right? Listen, I am the biggest one to butcher a daggone. Susie Q, almost didn't know you, Susie Q. Different name. Seven isn't silent. Amazing baby. Lois Young, Carol Brooks, North Olympics, Lisa R. Hall. How are you, Lisa? Texan. Texan, are you the one that posted on my video from last night? Are you the one? I had somebody from Texas post, and I was going to look for you. New video coming soon on my channel. I lost my charger at my camp, so I had to buy a new one. Yes, I'm 13. Bless your heart. He's a doll baby. Y'all need to check him out. Anthony Electric. Brandon Ferguson. Brandy Weems. Did I speak to you, Brandy? I was just chatting with you in Discord. Tina. So if they vote on January the 8th in Virginia, protest is on the 20th. Isn't that a little late? They're putting, anybody that missed it, you really need to go look at that stuff on the news channel. If somebody will put that news channel link for me. They're going to vote on the 8th in the Senate, which then it'll go to the governor. He's going to sign it. That the deputies will be considered um, Lord, I've done lost the word. Um, if they don't do their jobs, they're going to be fired immediately. They're considering themselves fired. And then they'll get a certified letter. But that will already be in place. So all of those deputies will know if when that bill is passed on the 20th, if they decide, Chris and Sharon's Homestead and Outdoors, hi there, how are you? Um, that if they decide to uphold their county's Second Amendment sanctuary county rulings that they're not going to do gun grabs, they lose their jobs. How dirty is that? Snake in the grass. Amy Reiser. Barefoot Lies, Latina Kim. Oh, Tisha. Oh, sorry. I can butcher her name faster than anybody. Thank you for that, Letitia. I will try to remember that. Oh, Camp Creek. Well, how about you? You're close to old Jerry. Are you subscribed to Jerry's um, Wood Shop and Outdoors? Jerry's in Princeton. Shirley Graham, haven't seen you for a while, honey. Good to see you. I noticed when I was closing out my news live that you had posted at the end. I didn't get to speak to you. Lois Young, insubordination. Um, what is the word I'm trying to think of? Strike. They're going to be considered striking on the job, and no state employee is going to a county, municipality, town, city, any employee that does a service has a service position. If they follow the um, sanctuary rulings of their county, they're going to be considered striking. Striking as they're going to take it to the Senate, vote on it on the 8th. Governor will put it in before the 20th, and they will know immediately if they do not follow any of the new legislation on the guns that they are fired. They're firing them themselves, the way it read it. Elias, how are you, honey? Yeah, striking was the word I was trying to think of. Oh my goodness, a new solar panel, Anthony. That's awesome. The governor can't do that, only the sheriff. Well, it's going to the Senate to be voted on January the 8th, Texan. If somebody will put my news channel link up, Texan can go over after we're done here tonight and look at Virginia House Bill 64, I think. I pulled it up on the screen and read the important parts. They can't do anything with the sheriffs because the sheriffs are elected. Heaven's calling. Hi there. Let's see, who told me they were from Camp Creek? I got all sidetracked. Is that Marshita Albert? Is that how you say it? I'm always happy to have my West Virginia neighbors around. Mike's father in law has a camp in Camp Creek. Love Camp Creek. Lisa Wooden, hi there. Did I speak to you, Heaven's Calling? Lost track what I was doing. What's the name of the bill? The two bills that we're interested in is House Bill 64 and House Bill 67. Virginia House Bill. Scan family. King Cuts. Let's see. That's why I titled that news thing, we got a snake in the grass. They things they're doing, it's just snake in the grass. Judy Bell, hi there. Well, it's our senator Joe Manchin, believe it or not, is actually trying. He has put together a Senate bill that will protect our Second Amendment rights and try to put a stop to all this craziness in the states. Because there's about 15 states. Hey, Peggy, to speak to you, Peggy. You're Susie Q from North Carolina. Oh, that right. That's right. That Susie Q is from Maryland. So you're Susie Q from North Carolina. Love North Carolina. Where are you in North Carolina? I lived in Salisbury for 2 years. Loved it. North Olympics. Did I speak to you? Yes, they're going to have a rally on January 20th. That's a scheduled rally. Nobody knew all this mess was going to be. Yes, there is talk of the blue hats. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, they're taking guns in Virginia, Letitia. If you want to really get caught up, if you'll watch my last night's news channel, tonight's news channel, and my last night's live on this show, and you can fast forward through them. Um, it'll catch you all up because I recapped everything. Yes, Martisha, you're in um, Marchita. How do you say that? I want to get it right. Tracker. Wait a minute. I skipped past you. How did I lose Tracker? Tracker had something to say. Well, my mouse isn't working right. Yes, that's what we're worried about, Texan, is a civil conflict. Whatever happened to the guerrilla warfare practice run? You remember being talked about? That did take place. Yes. Uh, there has been a guerrilla warfare practice we know of in 16, 17, and 18. 2016, 17, and 18. And in 17, it was actually here in West Virginia. Last year, it was in North Carolina. Oh gosh, Bobby, I'm so sorry. Arnie, where have you been? Domino's in Charleston? How about that? I'm getting more and more of my West Virginia neighbors in here. Susan loves Huskies. Hi there. Smithfield. Oh, okay. I'm not quite sure where Smithfield is. Texan, are you the one that posted at the end of my video about your wife? Austin, Texas. Mama J, nice to meet you. Naturally Custom. Hi there, darling. How are you up there in Alaska? Is it cold, baby? We had a beautiful day in the 50s again. Split TV. How are you? You're going to the rally? Are you? There are several. What state are you from? Susan loves Huskies. You're from the Fugel fam? Well, thank you. We're all Fugel fam, most of us. That's how everybody found me. Okay, I'm going to Utah's watching and prayers for every night. Yes, Bobby, I know. I'm going to get our guest on here. Who's your Patriot? Let me send him his little invite here. Oh, popped right up. I asked him for his email. I forgot. This program keeps. Okay, it's sent. There's a lot of talk about all of our state militias. There's a lot of states militias. Kelly B, hi honey. Jennifer Patriot, hi there. Still gonna cut power. They're saying it's a rumor, they don't know, but the article that I pulled up said that it was a very small, trusted group that the governor put together as a committee. Um, and nobody can find out for sure. But if he does that, that's treason. That's criminal and against the law. Let that sucker do that. This is also the governor in Virginia that last January 2019, this year's session, wanted it passed for families to not have to be burdened with Downs babies. So if they had a Downs baby and they were unaware, the baby would be born, they'd lay it to the side. The doctor would educate the family. If the baby died, or they could choose to let the baby die. And the term was actually coined in 2012 in Australia, full birth abortion. So that little baby is born, umbilical cord cut, laid over to the side, and allowed to die if there's anything wrong with that baby. This is the same blasted, evil governor that wanted that passed, now wants to take everybody's guns. And we learned last night that this governor was an MP, a pediatrician, now he's a politician. Who's your patriot? So he's just evil. There's a special place in hell for that man. I'll tell y'all right now. Whoops, wait a minute. Who's your patriot? I gotta get my microphone is on. Oh Lord. I don't know if y'all could hear me or not. I forgot those were plugged in. I hope y'all been able to hear me. Can you hear me, buddy?
Yep.
Oh, good.
Hear me all right?
I hear you just fine. I forgot I had my uh things plugged in, and I didn't have my because this has the speaker on it. They may not have been able to hear me. So anyway, how are you doing, bud?
All right. I just had LASIK eye surgery. Got
Oh,
my distance vision corrected.
that is
So that was
awesome.
nice.
I'm so
Yeah, I
chicken.
went
Oh
from
my god.
2050 to 2015. Yeah.
Wow.
It's pretty amazing, really. I mean, I went from couldn't see shit to now I can see everything, at least at a
Good
distance.
deal.
Because when you do that, you're giving up some of your close in vision, so you can have your
Oh,
distance vision. They can't give you both. It's one or the other. You can have one eye set up to go distance and one for close in. They call that a mono vision, but I didn't want to do that. So
Lord, that just
yeah, I got
I
it.
have vertigo
I'm
anyway.
up
That
to
makes me dizzy
2015 on
thinking.
both eyes at distance now, but I'm gonna
Awesome.
need reading glasses. So
Well, I have trifocals. So I need one to see my computer, one to
it
see my
wasn't that
food or my
bad
plate, and one to see
until the
distance.
when I was laying there when they were done, and I realized the thing that I saw this little tool. Yeah,
Saw the tool. Jerry's wood shop. Let me tell you,
I
Jerry.
just I had this little tool go across my eyeballs,
Uh
and I could every time it went across, I could see a little better when he was done with everything. And then
right.
it hit me. He was putting my eyeball lenses back in place.
Oh my
So
God.
yeah, it was weird.
Well, I grew up with my eye doctor, and we just give each
So
other all kinds of hell and pick on each other
anyway,
when I go in the office.
um, I,
Can you hear
I caught a
me?
little bit about what you were talking about in Virginia with the House bills.
Can you hear me? Who's your
Yeah,
Patriot? Can you hear me? Huh?
yeah, it's a little choppy though.
Wonder what the problem is. Let me.
Are you there? I can hear you now. Yeah, can you hear me? Yeah, I hear you. Hmm. Can't hear you now.
I bet
I
you
can
can
see
hear
your
me.
lips moving.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
We are experiencing technical difficulties.
Oh my God. You can't hear me at all now?
Yep.
I had my mic muted.
Yeah, I got you.
Listen, my eye doctor and I grew up together, and we go in and
No,
cut
I
off.
hear you. It's just got a little bit of a delay, is all.
Oh, okay. But we cut up and carry on, and um, they gave me a
Oh,
triple
there you
dose
are.
of steroids one time, and dead center of both
Mm-hmm.
lenses, I've got cataracts. And he pulled the little lens out. He said, "You need new lenses. Look at this little circle. It had a hook went one way and a hook went the other way." I said, "Get that on my face." I said, "I don't want to see what they're going to put in my eye." And he said, "Well, you need to have this surgery, get rid of these cataracts." I said, "When I am hardly able to see anything and almost blind and have nothing to lose, they can cut on my eyes. But until then, hey, no, I'll keep my glasses going." So, anyway, we were going to see what you could. We've got all of these states organizing their state's militias, which is constitutional. Every state has the right to do that to go to Virginia. We've got Virginia's counties deputy sheriffs are organizing county militias to help them fight this gun law in Virginia. But most people, when you say militia, they get this negative, kind of fearful
Yeah.
attitude. I have found, and I know you know a lot about that. And I thought maybe you could help educate our family here if you want to. Just whatever you want to talk to, you don't have to get
Yep.
to. Floor is yours.
Yeah. The- the- sure. The problem is the word militia got a bad name in the 80s and 90s because you had these ultra right wing radicals that they were neo Nazis mostly that were calling themselves militias, and they were causing a lot of problems, and it got a stigma attached to it.
Hmm.
But that changed when Obama got elected. Then you started seeing these groups like the Oath Keepers and the Three Percenters start popping up, and these were groups that attracted active law enforcement, retired military, and well, people from all of the emergency services,
Hmm.
and that really helped to legitimize it. But
Yes,
people
Virginia.
still
Yes,
think, oh, we're just a bunch of
Andrea.
rednecks running around in the woods playing army.
Right.
That ain't the case.
Mm-mm.
I'm in the Lightfoot. It's called the Lightfoot Militia. It is nationwide. Um, I am a company commander, and
Oh,
uh, my my company. Say again.
I just went, oh, that's great. I didn't realize you were a company commander. I looked it
Oh,
up. We have a chapter here in West Virginia or
yep.
group, whatever you call it.
I'm a commander for Alpha Company of the 19th Field Force. Um, we we don't just do we train quite a bit, but it's not all about guerrilla training or paramilitary training. We also have it set up for emergency disaster emergency readiness. You know, we'll do disaster relief. Like in 2012, we had two tornadoes tear through southern Indiana here where I'm at, and a lot of guys went and helped with the disaster relief with that. Um, that was before I was associated with it, but so that we do a lot of training in all different manners. You know, it's not just all about rifle training or uh, uh, ambushes and all that kind of crap. It's it's not crap, but it's you know what I'm getting at.
Right.
There's so many different aspects to it, and yeah, there's a rank structure set up, and but it's not all veterans. It's not all prior police. There are a lot of everyday people that never served in the military, but they want to. They feel the call to do so, but maybe they're too old or too involved in their civilian life, and they want to do something. And we accept everybody that as long as they are legally allowed to carry a weapon, um, and they can show themselves to be, you know, a good person, then we don't turn anybody away.
Well, see, I was kind
Doesn't
of
matter your
afraid.
race, your color.
Let me do something. Let me take you off of here. They're saying there's a long delay and send you
Okay.
another invite and see if we can
Okay.
get you caught up. Is that okay?
All right. Sure.
Okay. Do it again. All right. Thanks for letting me know that it was a really long delay. I'm sorry, Susie Q. Um, I hope you saw where I answered your question. Okay, let's do this invite again. Yeah, I'm hardwired. Guess I have too much open on this laptop. Okay, I resent it. Actually, they got the delay shortened right at the end. Oh Lord. Hey Jerry, if you're still there, we've got oh Andrea's a West Virginia girl living in Virginia. We've got somebody from Camp Creek. If whoever was from Camp Creek saw Jerry's wood shop and outdoors, he's in Mercer County too. I missed what that message was. I knew I'd forget. Was it Andrea? Andrea, are you the one that was from Mercer County? Now let's see how it's working. Can you hear me better?
There you are.
There I am. Okay. Now, I'm sorry. You know, I looked at the requirements for my state, and it talked about the boot camp and assessing for strengths and weaknesses and
I
all
can
that
hear
stuff.
you a lot better.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, good.
Much better.
And I thought, I'm so old, they'd never take me. So I just logged out and didn't even fool with it anymore. But I'm an excellent shot. Okay,
Yep.
continue. I'm sorry we had to interrupt you. They said it was a real long delay. So must just had a bad connection or something.
Well,
So you said that basically that the Lightfoot takes
it's
anybody
okay.
as long as they're legal to carry a gun.
In the meantime, it got me to thinking, why is Virginia pushing so hard?
Okay.
Yeah, we'll find something for you to do. Whether if you're not physically capable of doing some of the training, then there's supply and admin posts. Um, there's all kinds of different jobs. I have a pretty good group of guys in my company and we're not real big in Indiana yet because the Indiana branch has only existed for about 18 months. But we're growing pretty rapidly now, especially after what's going on in Virginia. People are starting to wake up and say, maybe I ought to do something.
Yep.
So I've recruited half a dozen guys in the last couple of weeks. So
really,
and it's a good organization. We even have a training area that is the original training area for the original Indiana militia over 200 years ago.
Really?
So there's a long tradition of it here. Yeah. But I got to thinking why they're pushing so hard in Virginia, and I didn't know if you saw my video. There's 13 other states that are looking to follow in Virginia's footsteps.
Yes.
Some of them they're not going to pass. Like Kentucky, they voted in a Democrat governor, but their House and Senate still red. So yeah, that's not going to happen there.
Mm-mm.
And Oklahoma, they might as well hang that up. That state has never voted Democrat. So
no.
That I don't know, that there must have just been like one Democrat in their house that wanted to put this through, and it's going to fall on its face. But the other states like California, Oregon, Washington, Vermont, East and West Coast, they're pushing hard for these things. And that, as well as I do, those are the liberal bastions. So they may very well go through. And I really feel in my bones we're closer to a civil war now than we have been since the Civil War. It's really, we're living in interesting times. But back to what I was talking about as far as why they would be doing this, it all boils down to the deep state. I posted a video last night. I was half asleep when I posted it, and I shouldn't have posted it because it was It was actually information that was 6 weeks old, so I took the video back down.
Oh,
And I apologize for that. That was just, I shouldn't have been even on my phone. I hadn't been asleep in like 24 hours. I shouldn't have been doing
oh my
anything like
goodness.
that. But
I
anyway,
saw that video and I looked it up and saw that it was about a month
this
old.
is just a push. And I'm sure you heard about the shooting down in Texas yesterday.
Yes.
Did you hear
The
about that?
church. Was that the church shooting? The church shooting.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Hello.
The church shooting.
Hello.
Hello. I hear you.
Are you there?
Yep. I'm here.
You're frozen.
I am.
There you are.
Okay.
You were all froze up.
I'm sorry. Yes, I hear you. Are you talking about the church shooting?
So anyway, I was talking about that shooting down in Texas yesterday.
Yeah.
Where the guy shot 2 people. And yep.
Okay.
Yes. That guy took him down pretty quick. Yes. Yeah, the guy took him down pretty. Yes, I am. We got a bad connection or something, but
I don't know. I'm
maybe it's because of the subject matter.
I've got an Ethernet cord. I'm hardwired on this.
Yeah, that guy took that shooter down pretty quick, and I don't think the liberals like that much. I think, stay with me here. Now, people say, "Where's your tinfoil hat?" when I say things like this, but I think it is entirely possible that Well, I think it's entirely possible that that guy was a deep state plant, and they were using him to forward their gun control agenda. There was all kinds of talk about that in the last church shooting. Do what?
I didn't say anything.
Is there a bad delay again?
I think it's just going in and out. We're good.
You hear me?
I can hear you. Yes.
Okay. So anyway, yeah, there's been a couple of church shootings in Texas in recent months, and I'm not convinced that there wasn't somebody pushing these people to do it. Maybe they're Manchurian candidates. Maybe they were part of what do you call it, the CIA thing, MK Ultra. I think that's entirely possible. People say, "I'll get your tinfoil hat on." Well, I don't rule anything out nowadays. I'm not saying that that's what happened. I'm just saying it's possible.
All right.
And with the way things are, it's foolish to rule anything out until you have proof showing that that is not the case. So that's where I'm at mentally.
Right.
As far as Virginia goes, there's a what is it? The Virginia Citizens Defense League is having a rally at the State House in Richmond, Virginia, on January 20th.
Yes.
And there are many militias that are planning on going. And
last count I had was 20 states were sending militias.
Yeah. I have not decided yet for myself. I think that it's possible that this may be the catalyst that starts the next one. It's only going to, this could be the next shot heard around the world, is what I'm getting at.
Yes.
It's only going to take one person pushed too far and one round fired, and here we go.
Did you hear
a world war started over
to happen?
One person.
Did you hear about?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Did you hear about the shot that is planned for that meeting on the 20th. It was highly rumored that Annie drinking her Tifa, if you know what I mean, was going to have plants in that rally. And we learned last night from the Virginia Prepper that Tim Kaine, that was Hillary's running mate, his son is one of the very highest members in that organization, has been arrested multiple times for his shenanigans, and his latest arrest was in Portland, Oregon. So with Tim Kaine being a radical liberal in Virginia and his son being high in that organization, that leads more credence to that very possibly could happen. And then they're going to blame it on the Patriots.
Oh, stop it. Sorry, my dog heard something.
That's okay.
Anyway, I think that's possible. And hopefully they can get pictures of these people put out to all the different organizations there. Stop it. So hopefully they can get pictures out to all these different organizations of these people, and they can root them out. But
we're
it's
recommending
going to be a big place. There'll be a lot of people there, so it'll be hard to do. But
we want everybody that's going to be there to video with their cameras at all times and have as much video in case something like that pops off. So there is proof that it wasn't Patriots.
Yeah. That's a very good idea. Tell you what, there needs to be a lot of people with cameras, because if, they'll go around trying to confiscate those. That happened before, when a certain president was assassinated in Dallas.
Yep.
So just saying.
Yep.
Yeah. True. Antifa and the KKK and Jim Crow laws all come from the Democrat Party. And they're fond of saying, I had one say this to me today. Oh, well, the platforms switched in years ago, like, no, it didn't. The Democrats were responsible for that, and they're still Democrats. Well, they're communists now, but they try to call themselves democratic socialists. So just because you're a socialist, you think putting the word democratic in front of it makes things better? You're still a socialist, which is
that the
synonym for communist.
Oxymoron in the world. They just need to say communist.
There are a lot of people suffering from cognitive dissonance.
Yep, cognitive dissonance. Yep. Well, they want to take the guns, round up the people.
I've quit using the word Democrat for the most part. I just refer to them as communists now.
They are.
And the last true patriotic Democrat died in November of 1963 in Dallas, Texas.
That's true. I have to agree. And the reason being is he made deals with all of them that he didn't follow through with, so they got rid of him.
Lots of people say it again, but I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees. So.
Or in a FEMA camp.
And we have plenty of plans.
Jerry's wood shop and outdoors said the Dems haven't been this mad since they took the slaves away.
Yeah, he wanted to get rid of the central bank. He wanted to get rid of some of those alphabet agencies.
Yeah.
He said what?
He said the Democrats haven't been this mad since they took the slaves.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
He said the Democrats haven't been this mad since they took the slaves away from them, which I'm glad they did.
Oh. Yeah.
Jerry's a mess. He's funny. Bye,
You know, the
Will.
thing is he's right. And the closer you get to the truth of the matter they get. It's because you're cutting so close to the bone, and once you hit the marrow of their organization, you know, it's all going to be out in the open. I mean, it says in the Bible that there will be nothing that won't be revealed. And I don't know, I think it's very possible we're living that right now.
Yeah, could be.
Nothing will remain secret.
Yep, that's true.
You know, these
That's
people
true.
are satanic. Did you know you could look this up for yourself. Did you know there's a cannibal club in Southern California?
I knew there were
Where they
cannibal
eat
clubs,
people.
but I don't know where.
Cannibalclub.org. .org. All one word, Cannibal Club. Look it up. I've read it. It's satanic.
Yeah.
And it actually exists. And you wonder how they can legally get the meat for it. Well, they say, oh, we have people that bequeath their bodies to us, and like, yeah, and you probably got a lot of aborted babies in there too, I'd imagine.
Oh my
So
God.
just saying. Yeah. These people are satanic. Okay.
Well, the elites are
I
supposed to
almost
be
said don't
drinking
get me started,
blood.
but
So I don't know.
you know, I've heard that Killer herself is what is it, like a level 7 coven witch or something like that. That's rumor. I don't know if
Yeah.
that's true or not, but I
Well,
wouldn't
she's
doubt it.
supposed to be drinking blood.
So these people, you know, I know a lot of people that are Masons, but I think the Masons have been hijacked. That used to be a pretty good organization, I think. My dad used to be a Mason. He was a level 32. But you don't know the true secrets until you get to level 33 in the Freemasons.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
Yeah. You know, my dad was an Indiana State Trooper for 34 years. And they like having people like that in their organization because they want people in every organization to be a Mason because they're going to watch out for each other. You know, doctors, lawyers, cops, judges, all these people. And they were grooming him. They were going to make him a level 33, my dad, and he got out of it. He's like, I don't feel it. So I'm glad he did, or I might have ended up being part of the deep state.
Well, you never know. So, you know, the level guys, they just do community service. They really don't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm. It's just a spider web. Everything is so interconnected, and everything comes back on itself. Even their family trees, if you want to. Some of them look like telephone poles, though. But anyway, I've heard there's connections between the Masons and Jeffrey Epstein and Epstein Island. I don't know if that's true or not. I got to dig into that more, but that's a rumor that's floating around right now. And that what I did that report on last night that ended up being, 6 weeks old. I didn't know about it. And that's something that just fell through the cracks with me. But that was over the Trump's food tester becoming violently ill, and the food tester and Trump were both taken to Walter Reed Hospital.
Yeah.
I think somebody said, "The hell with the impeachment. Let's just get him any way we can."
Well, and the worst thing about it,
I really wonder how many attempted assassinations there's been on Trump already.
After I saw your video, I checked into it, and I found where that wasn't the first time it had happened that they had tried to poison him.
Really?
Yes.
Well, that makes sense, because why else would he have a food tester? How many presidents have ever had a food tester before? I mean, I'm sure there's been a few,
they didn't tell us. I bet you Obama did.
Yeah.
He had more Secret Service than the last 4 presidents that preceded him put together.
Well, Trump did the smartest thing he could as far as his security. He had some of his own security. He had U.S. Marines guarding him, and kind of put the Secret Service on the back burner. And that was smart.
Yeah.
They
Secret
don't like
Service he
admitting it,
bought.
but he's one of the smartest men on this planet.
He is smart. That's
This
how he
guy's a
got where he is
self-made
today.
billionaire. Yeah, I mean, this man's my dad's age, and has 10 times the energy that I have. I mean, he's an incredible person, and it drives them nuts that he's not on their side.
Reminds me of my
And he used to
father-in-law.
be a
He's like that.
Democrat. I know he did.
Yeah.
So, but I think 9/11 woke a lot of people up, like Dennis Miller. You know, he used to be on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
And now he works for Fox News. He says, you know, after 9/11, I get it now. And that's a whole nother story there, 9/11, but let's not get into that conspiracy
Oh
right now.
my goodness. Well, I knew the minute I saw that
Yeah.
mess, that was a controlled fall.
Oh, I know. You know, you can look at the beams that were still standing and tell that they were burned through at an angle, and that doesn't happen from jet fuel. I'm sorry, it just doesn't.
Well, plane
That
wouldn't have
that was
through that
that was
building.
that cord.
There was no plane debris. The wings would have broken off when it hit that building. If the nose got through the glass, the rest of that plane would
Well,
have
and
fallen off that building.
how did a gigantic plane hit the Pentagon without being captured on one single camera? Not one camera saw it hit. There's cameras all over the Pentagon, and not one saw it hit.
You're right.
Nope.
And it looks like a missile. It don't look like a plane. So
it was a missile, I'll guarantee it.
Yeah, you can see it on that one view. Hey, GMP.
Yeah, you can see just the edge of. They say, "Oh, that's the tail. That's the tail fin sticking up." No, that's a fin on a missile. That's all.
Yeah.
You can just see a piece of it. Anyway, back to the whole militia thing. I highly recommend people checking it out in their states. And it doesn't have to be Lightfoot, although, you know, it'd be great if you joined my organization. But if you join any organization, you're not going to regret it. The biggest 3 are the Oath Keepers, the 3 Percenters, and the Lightfoot. There are scores of smaller ones. Before I joined the Lightfoot, I was in the Indiana Home Guard. And that was something that it was just in.
Oops, you froze.
But it's what turned me on to it. Yeah, something flickered there. So, but I started out as a private in the Indiana Home Guard, and which that's defunct now because most of us went to the Lightfoot. So it doesn't exist anymore. But the people that join are of the highest morals. They want what's best for this country, and they're not scared to do whatever needs to be done to take our country back. So if that makes sense.
Right.
I can't say enough good about it. I wish I had found it years ago, you know. I wish I had found it right after I got out of the military. But
it's not
I was a cop for a while after I got out of the military, but I spent a total, counting the military and police, I spent a total of 22 years in uniform. My dad spent 50 years in uniform.
That's a long time.
It's not what?
It's not that the militia are wanting to
cut out on me again.
Be rednecks and pop off any type of conflict. I don't know why
Oh,
we're
there you are.
having such a bad connection. Do you hear any of that? I'm real delayed on your end. You with me?
Yeah. No, I got it now.
Okay. I was
Um,
just trying to make the point that the militias aren't there to pop off a
yeah,
conflict.
yep, I'm here.
Okay.
There's no, we're there in case of a conflict.
That's right.
There's an organization that exists called, we call it the 4CC, and the 4CC, it stands for the Fourth Continental Congress, and they have been around for a couple of years, and they informed DC of their existence. So it's all above board. What it is in case of, say, a coup or a civil war, they are prepared to step in as a provisional government after our government has fallen.
Oh.
That is who we are directly associated with. A lot of people don't know about its existence. That, it is in no way, shape, or form looking to overthrow the government. That is not going to happen ever. But if there's a civil war, a revolution, or a coup, or whatever, what have you, their sole purpose in life is to reestablish a legitimate government after conflict has been resolved.
That's
And
awesome.
the Lightfoot, yeah, the Lightfoot is directly associated with them. Basically, as, I don't want to say that we're their military because we're not military, but we
Right.
are their militia. So
Gotcha. Jerry wanted
that's,
to know did you say you're going to try to go to that meeting on the 20th, January 20th in Virginia?
if I'm off work, I'm considering it. I cannot go as a Lightfoot representative. I can go as a private citizen. Our organization doesn't have any authorization to go and represent them as of right now. So,
How do they
if I
get
go, it'll be just
authorization?
from the Fourth Continental Congress.
Oh.
So,
Oh. Man, I
yes,
need to
but
join
we
that
don't have that
group.
yet.
Jerry, we need to join that group. We got a group here in West Virginia. They're in Charleston. I'm not able for boot camp, but
Yeah,
maybe you could. Jerry can't do no boot camp either.
they may waive that for certain people for that are going into it for certain jobs. If you just wanted to go into supply, they may very well waive it for you. Any military veterans don't have to do the boot camp, and it's only a weekend long, so it doesn't interfere with most people's lives. We're going to have one here in Indiana, probably in the spring. We've got enough people to do it now. We're going to do it. The facility I was telling you about is called Camp Charlie, is where we do all of our training, or most of our training.
Right.
But like I said, yeah, I'm
Now, my son's
the
a
company
Marine
commander for
vet.
Alpha. Yeah, he could join.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm the company commander for Alpha Company of the 19th Field Force, and the reason it's the 19th Field Force for Indiana is because we were the 19th state in the Union. So I don't know what
Oh.
West Virginia was, but that's whatever number it is. It would be that field force.
Well, we were
So
part of Virginia and we were early on, but then we split off in 18 something. So I don't know. Let me
split
find out.
off during the Civil War.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me see.
Oh, I got a visitor.
Yep.
Oh, he wants to be on camera.
Oh, Look, oh, that looks just like my cat I had to give away.
Yeah, he's every animal I've got's a rescue. He came from a family that abused him. I took him and didn't give him a choice. Said you can either
Oh,
give me the cat or I can call animal control on you. But he's a good boy.
that's good.
Yes, you are. You're a good boy. Okay. Yeah. I'm not paying attention to him. Oh,
Yeah.
he's gonna rub on my phone now. Thanks, cat.
Yeah,
So
mine was a girl. Looks
anyway,
just like that, had that M on her forehead.
yeah, he's about 18 pounds. He's a big boy. Some mornings when he's hungry, I wake up to him standing on my chest.
We were the 35th
Oh,
state. I thought that's what it was, but I didn't want to be wrong.
okay. So it'd be the 35th field force.
Okay.
I don't know if all states have one right now. I know Pennsylvania's got a really good one. So does North Carolina, branch of the Lightfoot. Um, Kentucky's building one. But people that are in border towns like Louisville, Kentucky is right across the river from southern Indiana. So there's people from Louisville that are in the Indiana Lightfoot.
Oh, okay.
It happens, cross border like that when you're close to the border.
Right.
We just tell them when they join, that all training and everything's going to be in Indiana. They're like, yeah, I know. So
Tina wants to know if there's one in Missouri. All you have to do search
I
like the militia. It popped right up for me when I searched my state.
I do not know if there's one in Missouri, but I'm pretty sure there probably is. I know there's a lot of militia in Missouri. So even if it wasn't the Lightfoot, she should be able to catch on with the Oath Keepers or 3%ers or somebody. Oath Keepers are almost exclusively ex-military or police or emergency services, but I don't think they tell you can't join if you're not one of those. I'm not positive. I mean, that's not my organization, but
Well, I'm
I
hearing
know a
there's
few
some
people in
problems
Oath
among the
Keepers.
3%ers. Have you heard anything about that? Is that like faux pas to talk about?
The 3%ers they're pretty loosely associated with each other. I
Hmm.
mean, you'll have a group pop up that'll call themselves 3%ers that have never been associated with the actual 3%er group. So it
Okay.
gets a little bit confusing. Um, you got to do your research, do your due diligence, and make sure you're joining a good group, not one of these bunch of rednecks that want to run around out in the
Do
woods
you
and
know
drink beer
what
and
that
play
means?
army.
What does 3% mean? What does it mean to be a 3%er? We're not real clear. And somebody asked, I don't know how to define it because I don't understand it. What does it
Yeah,
mean,
you sounded like a
3%?
robot.
Oh, what does it mean to be 3%? What does the 3% mean? Do you know?
You're sounding like a robot, Kim.
I'm hardwired. That's you. See, now he's offline. That's his doggone connection. He's going to blame it on me. I got Ethernet cord. He's working on Wi Fi, I bet you. I'm sorry about this because he's given really, really good information. We've maintained around 100, biggest part of the broadcast. Let's see, almost an hour. Gosh, I love you all. I haven't been able to speak to the new people. Chicken Patty 13. Hi there. What a cute name. You're new. We're going to wait to see if he buffers back in and drop it and get speak to drop. North Olympics, I'm not sure. Expect you or not. Hi there. Tony Khan 23. Let's see when he comes back. I've heard Ohio and Kentucky might follow Virginia gun laws. Let me tell you, Ohio has been a pretty big blue state, but now daggone, I'm going to be shocked if Kentucky follows that. Kentucky has not, they haven't voted on anything yet, I had a list. I read that list off. Maybe on my, might have been on this channel last night, but I'm fairly certain. Well, I know we lost him. I did read the list off of 13 additional count. Virginia makes 14. And then we had Louisiana, Kentucky, and Kansas that are contemplating it. But most of the list was blue states. I hope he knows he can click on his link and come back in. Yeah, I think he's on Wi-Fi. April, it's real easy. I got on the internet and put Lightfoot Militia, West Virginia, and it popped right up for me. Our chapter's in our state capital. Kate, I am so glad to see everybody. Jerry, we need to get in that Lightfoot group. But you'd get a lot of valuable information. But now I'd have to come down on boot camp week just to watch you go through it. Jerry, you know I love you, buddy. You make me laugh. I hope you're still there. Device not connected. He's back. See if it's better. You back?
There we go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me any better?
Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah.
I think your
Yeah, I had
Wi-Fi
my,
connection was messed up.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it's all right now.
Good.
At least better.
Yeah, we've
Anyway,
maintained 100 or better, so.
Awesome. What was I saying?
I was asking you. We really don't know what 3%
yeah,
means.
I'm not completely sure, but there's a website you can go to. I believe it's just lightfootmilitia.com, and it's a unit map. Will show you where all the units are in the U.S.
Let's see. We can pull that up.
I think that's the right one. I have it on my phone, but I'm on my phone, so. Yeah, I've really got to get a laptop with a camera. Make these a lot better.
Did you say lightfootmilitia.com?
I believe that's it.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember off the top of my head.
Oh, wait. Doggone it. I saw a unit map. Hang on.
Yep, that's it.
Have I got you here? Have I pulled it up? Oh, I'm still doing screen share.
That's okay. I don't care.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, here's the map. Here's the map for everybody's wanting to know. Boy, howdy. Look in these stuff. Look how many chapters are down here. And here's my chapter. This is West Virginia right here. That's still in West Virginia. Those are up in the Kaiser. That's up in the Eastern Panhandle. Let's see. That's Peoria, Illinois, and Rock Island. I don't see anything out here in Missouri. We've got 3 chapters in Texas. And then Utah, Montana.
Yeah, Utah's where it started.
Arizona. Lord have mercy. Santa Ana, California. That's surprising. Reno, Nevada.
Yeah, there are actually good people that live in California that really should move away from
Boise,
there.
Idaho. Washington State, Spokane, Washington, and another one in Idaho. Lord, look how many's up here. Where in the world are these states? Vermont. Good grief. Who would have ever thought anything would be in all of those chapters are in Vermont? Can you believe that mess? I thought Vermont
it
was
is one of
too
the
blue
original
to have
13
any.
colonies. Thanks,
Thank you,
Kat.
Okay, that answers your question. So I showed the map.
Well, I know there are militias in Missouri, but if there's not a Lightfoot, I mean that's okay.
None of us really understand what the 3% means. We don't know.
Oh, that's what we were talking about. That is the amount of citizens from the original 13 colonies that participated in the Revolutionary War.
The amount of the original members of the 13 colonies that participated in the Revolutionary War. So what you just said?
Yes.
3%.
Yes.
Of the original colonies. Oh, okay. I've got to sign up. I'm actually qualified to be a daughter of what is that? I need to sign up for it. I can't.
Daughters of the American Revolution.
Yes. My third great grandpa fought in the, I guess, third or fourth, I don't know. Fought in the Revolutionary War. I've got to get with my cousin and find that out. I don't know if it hurt me in this day and time or not.
There's been somebody in my family that's fought in every war we've ever had. I'm kind of like Lieutenant Dan that way.
Lieutenant Dan, you're funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was really worried about people having the wrong idea. It's like I equate it to how biker clubs have a bad name, but some of those biker clubs, man, they do, runs to raise money for cancer. They're just good people that have Harleys. And, but people look at somebody because they have a motorcycle and think, I better watch them. So I kind of think it has a bad name like the biker clubs do. And not all the biker clubs are bad. Just a couple.
No, they're not. And most militias, now there are the fringe groups, but most militias are good people that just happen to train like the military and have rifles. I mean, that's what it amounts to. And they just want to take care of our country. Want to ensure it's there for future generations.
Well, and we have the right to have a militia.
That's right. There used to be a state recognized militia in every state. And I mean, that was the case all the way up until the 80s and 90s. I knew a guy that was in the Indiana militia back in the 90s. And their purpose was if the National Guard got activated, is they would take over the day-to-day operations that the National Guard did.
Oh.
So.
Well, my understanding is Virginia has a recognized militia. Because
they do now.
The sheriffs are calling up the militia to help them.
Yep. Yeah, they have an actual state militia. And the governor don't like it.
I'll bet he don't.
You may very well. Let's see, what else could I tell you about it?
The biggest thing I want people to understand is that it's not, a bunch of hooligans just wanting to go shoot and kill somebody, start a war, perpetuate a war. The militia was started for a good reason and has good people. And most of the militias are full of vets.
Most militias try to model themselves after the Minutemen of the Revolutionary War. I mean, there's even some militias that call themselves Minutemen. There used to be one here called the Southern Indiana Minutemen, and it's gone now. But once again, most of them joined the Lightfoot when that became a thing. So,
well, my worry is my dad was an MP in the Army, and I was born patriotic. I mean, I was a little thing when he taught me how to fold the flag if something happened, how to properly destroy the flag, hold your hand on your heart. I don't ever not remember being patriotic and have a love for this country. It was the way I was raised. But unfortunately, we've got a generation or two of people that take everything for granted, want everything at a push button, don't remember the sacrifices that were made for us to have this country, and just poo-poo it all off,
There is hope, though. A study I just read said that Generation Z, which is the young ones now, like my youngest kids, are the most conservative generation in decades.
Really?
So there's hope. Yes.
Well, maybe it's us grandparents that have had an effect.
Very well could be. Because the millennials, my oldest daughter is a millennial, and my other two are Generation Z. And I can look in my own children and see the difference. Like, my daughter is a typical millennial. My other two are typical Generation Z. We're Generation X. And
I had a friend that her son was born and raised here in West Virginia. They all had their Harley motorcycles, did the family runs every Sunday to go somewhere to eat out, spend family time. Bible believing, Jesus believing family. And he moved to Arizona, fell in love, moved to Arizona, and enrolled in college. He has been in Arizona for 2 years. He came home for Christmas. She told me she didn't know who he was, that she'd never in her life seen somebody brainwashed so quickly by a bunch of liberal college professors. And fortunately, I was
now
29.
I'm going to have to plug my phone.
Okay.
I got to plug my phone in here, so just bear with me if it starts to go dead.
Okay. You're good. Yeah, I think we finally synced up. You can hear me, and
there we go.
Uh-oh.
There we go.
There you go.
I had to change rooms.
That's okay.
My phone was going.
You've done lives from that room. I recognize it.
Yep.
I might not always comment, but I come in and watch and give you a thumbs up. Listen, I'm subscribed to about 500 people. So I've got to go down the list, and sometimes I'll zip through, and sometimes I'll have time to watch the whole thing if it's a short video, but I always go in and give everybody their thumbs up. So, but I think
it's appreciated, but
information that you have given us has been very, very informative. And we've had, well, right now it's 99, but we've had up to 101, I think, in here tonight. I hope people have learned and can spread the word and not have militia such a bad word, especially if this was important to me. I've been wanting to do this live with you ever since you mentioned it on one of your videos, and I looked like that up. I've been wanting to do this because I wanted people to understand we have the right to have state militias or any militia group. But now that it's going to be so relevant in Virginia, I didn't want people having the wrong idea going into. But now there is a small rogue group that is not of your militia, not the 3%ers, not the other one you mentioned, just a group that put themselves together and is calling themselves a militia. They very seriously want to pop off a civil conflict in Richmond. But that is not.
Oh, they're probably paid by George Soros.
Well, yeah. Well, you got Annie Drinking Her Tifa going to be there. Old Tim Kaine's son probably going to be leading them all, you know. But I wanted people to have a better understanding of what a militia was about. But I didn't know about that Fourth Continental Congress. That is amazing. You know, because I had wondered, you know, I know about
not a lot of people know about
it. Designated survivor. Actually, when we had a situation, I did a video back in the early days. I ain't even been a channel for a year, back in June, July, August, on the designated survivor. And so I knew about that. And then I thought, well, what does how's the designated survivor, you know, take off, you know, and form a government from nothing, you know? But that answers that question. Would the Fourth Continental Congress allow the designated survivor hold the position of president, or do they have someone of their own that would take position of president? Because we might not like the designated survivor.
Yeah, that one's above my pay grade.
Oh, that's above your pay grade. Okay. But yeah, I think this is an important topic, and so does everybody else, because look how many people we've had in here all night.
Yeah. I highly recommend it. I mean, if you join one and you don't feel comfortable with it, though, I recommend to just get out of it, because like that, you're talking about that one group that calls themselves a militia. Well, they're just troublemakers. That's all they are.
Just a bunch of rednecks toting a rifle wanting trouble with half a brain. That's not a real militia.
No, that's not somebody you want to be associated with.
No, that's not a real militia.
That will be the kind of group that the communists will hold up and say, look, see, this is what militias do. And even though they don't speak for us, but they'll try to say this is a typical group, a typical militia. And it's
if everybody going does not have their cameras going all the time taping with the rumors of Annie Drinking Her Tifa supposedly going to shoot somebody. They want a bloodbath in that front lawn of the Capitol in Richmond. Everybody needs to have their cameras running. And, you know, now with knowing Tim Kaine's son's one of the high ups, that's very plausible. And they'll blame that on the militias and the Patriots.
You know, here's one of the ironic things.
And the Patriots.
Virginia is one of the only states in the Union that still allow, I don't know if they do now, but they still allowed people to carry firearms into the State House.
They still do. They're getting ready to fix that, though. Yes, they do. They're getting ready to change that.
Has there ever been a shooting? Yeah, has there ever been a shooting in their State House? No.
Never. No. Never
Not been a problem, but you got to fix it. Yeah.
They're going to fix that this time. That's already come up. You know, if you look at the shootings, it's not law-abiding citizens that are shooting and killing people. It's the freaking criminals and the crazies. You know, and the family members know they're crazy and let them have guns. Or they buy them on the streets. Criminals are always going to have guns.
9 out of 10 times, it's the people doing it, Democrats.
I've said a lot of these shootings, those people were paid. They were paid.
I have no doubt. You know, I think.
Because every shooter, do they ever capture a shooter alive? Absolutely not. You know why? Because they probably paid him. Just like that president that you were talking about.
Yep.
Shot and killed him.
I don't believe for a second that it was just. I don't know if Oswald was pulling the trigger or not, but if he was, I don't believe for a second he was the only one.
No.
You know, that's another.
Smart enough to pull that off.
What? 50-something year narrative of theirs. It's a lone gunman. It's never a lone gunman, hardly.
Wasn't
You
it
know,
supposed
the
to
one
be
in
actually
Texas yesterday was.
three? Well, there are actually three shooters.
I hear that there was one shooter and then two backup shooters, and the one shooter was apparently. This is something that I got from a guy who's done thousands of hours of research on the JFK assassination, and he shooter was actually in a sewer that, and he was shooting out of a grate in the street sewer. So, and he was actually captain in the army, I believe. So I don't remember his name off the top of my head, but Dave Hodges of the Common Sense Show. He is the one I got that information from, and he's way on top of that kind of thing. His
Yeah.
dad was naval intelligence and was part of Operation Paperclip after World War II. So he's got a lot of government contacts. I trust 99% of what he's.
Man, he goes
Damn it.
live all the time. Every
There it
time I
is.
turn around, I've got a little banner
So,
on my phone. Common Sense Show, Common Sense Show.
um,
He's right on top of it. I have that grandbaby, though. I
but
can't go live when
I
I want
think
to.
that's about all the information I can give you on the militia.
You have anything else you want to tell us? Oh, that was the Lightfoot militia. I pulled up the map and showed y'all the states that they're in.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think there's any. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I don't
Well,
think there's anything else I could tell you. Other than day-to-day operations, we train once or twice a month. Um, the training varies between communication and rifle range. We did one on field survival, as far as just how to start a fire without matches and that kind of thing. Just how to build a shelter, field survival.
right. How about how to be invisible? Not get
Basically,
caught.
every militia will be a guerrilla.
Okay.
Well, yeah, there's camouflaging. I mean, and you can even camouflage yourself in an urban environment. Part of our packing list is civilian clothes.
Mm-hmm.
So
fade in, be gray.
Exactly,
right.
Be the gray man.
Yeah. Well,
I did a video on gray man versus hard target. So when it's a good idea to be a gray man and when it's a good idea to be a hard target. A hard target would be like 10 or 12 heavily armed individuals in a convoy. You're less likely to get attacked if you have a show of force. Your presence alone is enough to deter people. But when you're by yourself or there's maybe only two of you, gray man's the best way to go. But anyway, I don't really have anything else I could inform you on.
Okay.
Not at this time, anyway.
Well,
So
we've been
I
going
will,
almost an hour and a half. That's good. I appreciate your time.
No problem at all.
Yep.
I enjoyed it. So,
and I think you've helped clear up for a lot of people. Militia's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. There are some bad militias, but there's good and bad and everything. But our three major militias in the United States, they're there because we have that right to have that militia, and they are to help protect us.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
Well, thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate you. I hate we had some technical difficulties, but it straightened itself right out, didn't it?
Yeah, I think my Wi-Fi finally quit screwing up. So I live
that's okay.
pretty far out in the country, though. Yeah,
that's
everything
good.
I have is on satellite. So
I wish I had.
But anyway,
I was out in the country.
Thank you for having me on.
Anytime.
Thank you for having me on. We can do it again pretty soon if you like. Come up with another subject.
Anytime. I wanted to pull up your channel here real quick. y'all drop his link another time real quick. They've been dropping it the whole time.
Yeah.
I can find it here.
Well, as far as my channel goes, I will never be monetized because I have restricted all of my videos to 18 or over. And I'm okay with that. I'm not doing this to get paid. I'm doing this to help. You know, that's why I started my channel
I
in the
thought
first
that's
place.
the channels they monetize is 18 and over. I've been able to monetize since August and can't. Listen, y'all, you have heard him.
I downloaded the YouTube app.
Yeah. I know we've got 104 people in here. I hope everybody subscribes to me.
Yeah, I downloaded that YouTube app.
And I know now we had Hoosier Patriot back on probably September. Didn't we have you on probably September? I know everybody is not subscribed to him. He has great information. I don't have to watch him just because he's on my channel.
I think it was September.
I watch him because he has good information. And I'm asking you to trust me. And he does not give you a bunch of BS. He gives you good quality information. And I'll sit and talk to you till the cows come home. He's not like that, man. He gives you the information, boom, boom, boom. He's out, you know, but I don't know when to shut up. So I looked and I was hoping that we could get him a bunch of subscribers. Somebody drop the link for me real quick. I know Marf's link dropped, but surely I still got a mod there somewhere. Could drop the link. We still have 100, but I would not lead you wrong. I'm not going to have anybody on my screen that I don't follow myself or that I don't believe in myself. That I haven't learned things from, and I've learned from Hoosier Patriot. So, he's close to 100, man. If we could get him to be able to go live on his phone, he's got 832. Is what it's showing me. I don't know why it hasn't gone up any, because I've had people tell me I subbed. Oh, some of them's already subscribed. But y'all run over there and let's help get him to 1,000.
Only had 800.
You had how many? How many did you have?
Well, they're on their way because I only had I think I had 813 or 14 when we started this live broadcast here.
Oh, okay.
813 or 14. So
great.
You said it's at 832 now, so they're had a few subscribers.
Yeah, good deal. More of them can get over there and subscribe. I know everybody's not. Well, honey, I'm going to let you go. Oh, let's see. CJ says it's showing 841 right now. But I would love to get him to help him get to 1,000. But, honey, I love you. I appreciate everything. And anytime you've got anything you want to share with us.
Oh, okay.
And we can keep helping get you subscribers and get you over that 1,000. That would thrill me to death.
Yeah, I'd like to get to 1,000.
Yeah. So you can go live. I couldn't wait. I haven't gone live to go anywhere on my phone since I went live. Had plenty this summer I could have done. Then when I could go live, then nothing was going on.
Thank you very much, Kim.
Well, we love you, honey. Anyway. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Okay. It's a deal. See you later, babe. Yes, I want to help get him to his 1,000. Love his heart. He has been struggling along. Virginia Prepper. Hi, honey. How are you? Did you get to find us? Hey, Renee Thomas. And Rudy. He did a good job, didn't he? I was I thought that Fourth Continental Congress was a good idea because I've always wondered. I mean, well, my God, if everybody gets killed, we get attacked, and they got the designated survivor, which usually is a cabinet, education cabinet member, or something that they choose to stay behind and not be at the important rallies. I think, well, how's he going to, you know, put together um, a government? Well, there you go. And they're recognized in Washington. They've registered. That's great. Yeah, if you thought you were subscribed to him, check. You may not be. I am going to let everybody know that mod chat for Marfugal TV has dropped. If anybody is ready to run over and start chatting away in Marfugal, I will be over there modding in just a little bit. And I want to thank you all for being here and remind you, never be scared. Just be prepared. Pray before you post or go live. Share the love and the truth will come. And never, ever, ever forget that I love each and every one of you. And welcome to all of my new viewers. Love you too. I hope you learned something tonight. And I will, not sure when I'll see you. If I'll do a New Year's Eve or New Year's Day evening, hello, kind of just chit chat live. But I'll let you know. I'll post it around so people know. But I love you very much. And I'll see you in Marfugal chat. Bye bye.